Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. It's a Thursday, but it feels like it's a Friday, which is so exciting because we're about to jump into a long weekend. Our top stories for you today: 21 people arrested in a massive visa scam in Dubai.
And RTA announces free parking this Friday.
We're talking another scam story. Fraudsters are dressing up as Ministry of Interior officers.
And a commuter is trying to reconnect with a mystery woman after they shared a moment.
I love this story. Would love your thoughts on that one later on in the show. We also got to sit down with Zenifar Fatima and the cast of a new horror, Kaze the Wind. It's a chilling, true story that the team are working on, and that comes live to you later in the show.
And in today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 31 Celsius to 41 Celsius, but it was sticky this morning.
Was it?
It was super humid.
I can't even remember. I have no memory of the heat.
It was so humid. It started from last night, honestly.
I thought it was a bit cooler.
Are we living in the same city?
I don't think so. I can't remember it today. But my hair looks okay, so I can't.
Your hair looks good.
So
Yesterday I could see the humidity.
No, yesterday was cooler.
It was so humid at night.
Oh, I didn't go out last night.
Yeah. It was so humid.
Goes out in the night. What's happening behind me?
Gender reveals. Crazy, over the top gender reveals.
Okay.
This is a crazy one. Let's not talk about it. Like the helicopter gender reveal, like have a boy, okay? There's
this Dubai, is the one.
Yeah, Dubai's crazy gender reveal. Okay, this one is crazy to me. So, this two G-Wagons racing to reveal the gender of the baby.
Oh.
So you have a blue G-Wagon and a pink G-Wagon.
Yeah.
And they're both racing. And someone knows the gender, obviously, okay? And someone made it to the finish line. And that's the gender of the baby.
Wow. Dubai.
Did you rent those G-Wagons or do you own those G-Wagons?
No, you know what? Life is for celebrating.
True.
And let people be people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how funny.
Okay.
What a fun thing to do. Not for me, but for other people.
Do you find it icky or is it cute?
Do I find it icky or cute? It's nice to celebrate the gender of the baby because it's so important.
It's cute.
Like life's little moments. What do we celebrate? It's fun. I wouldn't go for an over the top, a lot of people thing. And I feel like Instagram has encouraged people to do all of these. Yeah.
It's because of you.
There was one in America in 2018. And they used a 60-year-old alligator named Sally to reveal the baby's gender. Right, so they throw a watermelon filled with goo, blue or pink, into Sally's jaw.
You're
Sally's
joking.
The alligator. And then when she snapped her jaws, everyone could see the...
Oh my God!
Sally got to announce it.
That's not a creative idea at all. That's a terrible idea.
It's pretty creative.
This is creative. But this one is just...
How is that creative? That's a helicopter with a...
And then the color popping.
I think it's cute when the older sister or the older brother is involved in the reveal.
I think... listen, I love big celebrations. I love big gatherings. I love aesthetic setups. Okay, but I prefer baby showers over gender reveals. Like to celebrate the baby, it's nice to celebrate. I'm up for all celebrations. Celebrate your wedding, celebrate your engagement, celebrate your baby, celebrate your baby's first year, second year, I don't know, whatever. But gender reveals, I think it's nice if it was intimate.
Yeah, that's how I feel about most parties, though.
But baby showers, I would have a big baby shower.
Got you, because you're into parties, so if you...
I love parties, yeah. I love gatherings and parties.
But not for the gender reveal itself.
Not for a gender reveal. And to have it that grand. And imagine, for example, your husband is disappointed that you get a girl.
It's always funny. You always look at the faces to see.
So crazy.
But no, yeah.
Sorry, no, go ahead. We're so polite. Look at us. Rayan Salem, this influencer, she's currently pregnant. She's an Abu Dhabi based influencer. She had her gender reveal and she recorded it, but it was very intimate. It was just between her and her husband.
Oh, cute.
That's cute.
Very cute.
But I'd expect her to have like a big baby shower.
You're right, because a baby shower has a purpose. It's so everyone can give you presents for the baby.
Help me out.
It's for presents for the mom. And then I think it's a nice gathering. But a gender reveal is a new type of celebration, and life is about tiny moments. And if people find joy in this, then, in the words of Mel Robbins, let them.
True, let them.
But I haven't actually read the book, but the book is called Let Them, so.
I mean, if you want to celebrate, if you want, like, enjoy the little things in life, do it, because I do that, but it's just the gender reveal thing is,
It's not for you.
it's icky. Baby showers, guys. Go for baby showers.
It's not for, I'd like to get the people who did the G-Wagon one in Dubai on the show.
Oh.
It's a cool idea.
Well, what happened if they bumped into each other?
That would have been a disaster. Like this one, okay, before we move on,
Miscarriage.
this one that happened. This one that happened in 2018 in Australia. A couple in Australia used a car burnout to produce pink smoke. However, the tyres caught fire, creating chaos and drawing police condemnation for the danger and potential to start a bushfire. So they got in trouble for that one.
I remember that story.
Really?
See? Yeah, I remember it. I read it on Instagram. See?
There's some that have
This
gone
is
too
what
far.
happens. Too far.
Too
Too
far.
far. If you want to have a gender reveal, I don't know, party poppers? Cutting the cake? Cutting cake is cute.
Cutting
What
cake is
happened
nice.
to cutting cakes?
Cakes is very nice.
Why did we go from cutting cakes to this?
I just want to tell you, from someone who's been involved in a gender reveal,
Oh, it's cute, it's fun.
and but if you know the gender before the parents know the gender, the stress of not making sure, for example, if it's a cake or if there's confetti, making sure that, because if you're working with confetti, it's a difficult thing to work with,
Yeah.
making sure there's no confetti that leaks out or anything. It's very stressful, very stressful. Imagine if you reveal it before the actual reveal. Yeah,
Too much pressure.
so much pressure.
It's over.
8:39 on Thursday morning. Let's jump into our top story of the day.
So 21 were arrested in a massive Dubai visa scam. So a large-scale visa fraud operation has been busted in Dubai involving 21 people and 33 phantom companies and 385 illegally issued residence visas. The total fines handed down by the Dubai Citizenship and Residency Court reached to 25.2 million dirhams.
So how did this all come to light? The General Directorate of Residency and Foreign Affairs received a tip-off received a tip-off and flagged multiple suspicious businesses. So then they started to investigate this, and authorities discovered that the companies didn't actually exist. They were solely set up to issue these work and visa residence visas, under false pretenses. These fake firms misled individuals. What they were doing was they were offering job opportunities and legal residency, but it didn't exist.
So once the visas were processed, the companies shut down operations, leaving workers without employment and violation of their visa status. So the Dubai court convicted all 21 individuals involved in the scam, underlining the UAE's zero-tolerance stance on visa fraud and its ongoing efforts to crack down on illegal residency practices.
I really feel for the people involved in this situation. You
Yes.
think you're getting a job, you're probably paying a lot
And a
for a visa,
visa.
and there was fraudsters at play. So thank you to the authorities for shutting this down. It's so sad to think that these scam operations are in existence, but at least we also know there's people working hard to crack them down.
They're taking advantage of people that are moving to Dubai and they're searching for a job. The job market here is very difficult. So they're taking advantage of this. So they're only getting peskier and peskier, those pesky little scams. What? Get a normal job.
I know.
Just get a normal job. Scamming people out of their cash, people that are in need.
We have more
For a
scam stories
job.
coming up as well.
Scam day today.
It's a scam day. But before we get there, what's not a scam is we have a long weekend. And with that, we have some housekeeping rules for you that will take place across the city.
So we're gonna get free parking tomorrow. So the RTA has announced that all public parking in Dubai will be free this Friday, so June 27, 2025, in celebration of the Hijri New Year, 1447. However, do note that multi-level parking facilities are excluded from the free parking offer. So as part of the holiday schedule, Dubai Metro services will run extended hours, which will be from 5 a.m. until 1 a.m. the next day.
Similarly, Dubai tram will operate from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. Normal parking fees and transport schedules will resume on Saturday, June 28th. So enjoy the holiday ahead and make the most of the extended hours. I have a parking question.
Go ahead.
Anyone watching, please help me. I went to Mall of the Emirates. I haven't been to the Mall of the Emirates in a long time, and I went on Sunday.
Okay.
And I know there's now ticketless parking.
Okay. It's free on the weekend.
For sure?
Yeah. So during weekdays, you get 4 hours of free parking, or 3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours free parking. On the weekend, you get free parking. I visit that mall a lot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, offers free parking on weekdays. It charges weekend and so it's free.
Yeah, weekend free. Weekdays, you have up to 3 or 4 hours, but I think you can get
4.
It's 4 hours. Yeah, and I think you can get additional free hours if you can show that you show your receipts if you spend more than 100 dirhams.
Right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, you're totally correct on all of that. 20 dirham for each additional hour after the first 4. And then other fees, passing through mall parking, 3 dirham, overnight parking, 200, and where's that thing that you said?
Where
All
you
correct.
can show, yeah.
Okay, so it was free.
Free!
So how should I have paid, how would I have paid if I'd stayed for longer?
If it's ticketless, I think it's Salik now.
Sorry, I'm seeing payment options, Parkin app. So the Parkin app, you can download it, in-person payment machines located at mall entrances or through debit cards.
I never pay for parking in Mall of Emirates. I always leave before
You leave before 4 hours.
are
But if you do a movie and a dinner,
We'll do a movie and then somewhere, I will have dinner at somewhere else.
to avoid the parking,
No, it's just I don't like their restaurants.
there's so many good ones and it's connected to the mall. Anyway, plans for long weekend?
Okay, we're still in the process of moving houses. Although I really wanted to make use of this long weekend and enjoy it to the max. But sadly, we have to move houses.
Okay, so what's the process for the move?
Tomorrow, I'm having my day off. By the way, I'm not moving. I already moved enough last weekend.
Okay.
My mom still needs a little bit of help.
Who's moving all the kitchen stuff?
I'm helping my mom,
Okay.
and we're getting some help. Yeah.
Furniture will be a company.
Yeah, furniture 100% hiring like a moving company.
And you have boxes in there all over the house, I'm sure.
God, the house is so messy. No one should visit us right now. It's so messy. But I was so sad. I was hoping I'd move today or yesterday. But it was just circumstances and we couldn't move. So this weekend will be filled with boxes and packing and unpacking and wrapping and...
Fun stuff. Tips for anyone moving right now?
I think just don't extend it so much, okay? Just do it. Just hire the moving company. We waited, I think we've been moving for the past 2 weeks because we have so much clutter. So we have to do like a proper deep cleansing before we move out. I think just dump everything in one box and leave.
I think that's good.
Do the unpacking in your house.
Decleansing is good. Decluttering before you move is good.
It's required, like a spring cleaning, you know, but it's summer cleaning.
Yeah. And it feels good to get rid of all the stuff that you don't want or need.
Yeah,
we tend to build up stuff. But I've moved like maybe 6 times, I think I mentioned before, in the last 10 years, 12 years, maybe more. But like moving companies here, it's worth the money.
100%.
So good. Even like I, told friends who don't live in the city that I've moved so often, they're like, how have you moved? So like, when you set up a home to then move and everything, and it's a moving company.
Yeah, it's a moving company.
They make life so much easier.
And they're very quick, by the way.
Very quick.
They're so fast.
Now, it's a different situation for you because you've got a massive, like a big home,
big
a lot of
space.
family. It's always just been me plus one, and a small apartment. So it's like you get all your permits, which is the frustrating part. So the move in, the move out permits, 9 a.m. they come, pack it all up, and you're pretty much unpacked by 10 o'clock that night and you can put your feet up in your new place. That's been my experience.
I think we've had hiring companies here. The moving companies here are they're very easy to deal with. They're very, very, very quick and they're very neat. Yeah, we don't have any issues with it. It's just the moving process that's so tiring. And my mom she likes things in a specific way and manner.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you have to follow that. And haram, like I feel bad. She's suffering the most. You know?
True. If it was
So
my
God
mom
bless
moving, it
her.
would be a whole other...
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. I'm so laxy daisy. I'm like, just put it in the box, fine.
Yeah, like for me, I think I was done by the time. Yeah, I was done by Sunday, last Sunday. But it's just the amount of clutter that we have in the house, and the decluttering process is the annoying process.
And
But I think we're
thinking,
almost done. Yeah.
you do need the stuff in the next
What
one.
about you? What are your
My plans are do very little. Exercise, because I'm traveling in 10 days. So I'm basically planning my honeymoon wardrobe. That's all I'm
Do
doing.
you have your dresses ready or not yet?
Still working on it. I
Okay,
need to go
nice.
to the mall for some bits, but like just basically planning the packing for the wedding and the honeymoon. That's
How
all I'm going to be doing.
exciting.
Yeah, it's not a
You have a
bad
nice
plan.
weekend, yeah.
I'm excited about it. Going through all my things, being like, this will work, this won't work. Things that make us happy. Let's also speak about another scam that's happening in Dubai. Fraudsters are dressing up as Ministry of Interior officers, so be on alert. Videos are going viral explaining this a little bit more, which you can see on our feed. But scammers are going door to door posing as census officials. They're asking residents to show their valid Emirates ID, saying it's for an upcoming census.
No, now here's the catch. So they look extremely professional. They carry official-looking documents, letterheads with ministry logos, laptops, and even biometric devices. They're well-dressed, widespread, and convincing.
But make no mistake, this is a scam. They're using fake IDs, and the government does not actually collect or conduct a census in this way. So if someone does show up at your door claiming to be from census and asking for personal information, shut the door, do not engage. If you're unsure, verify, always verify through official channels. How is this happening? Because every time I don't live in a villa community, but every time I drive into one, I'm stopped. And I have to painstakingly give my phone number and my Emirates ID. And I'm thinking, why do you need this information? But this
Now
is
you
why.
get it. Yeah, but those securities, they even stop me, and I'm a resident in our community.
So I don't, like in every building, like this is one of the safety things here that it just doesn't happen in other countries. Like every building has a security guard.
If they're scamming the people, they're also scamming the
Every
security.
building I've lived in has a security guard. So I'm just wondering how this is
they manage
happening.
to do it. How? Those camera stories, they always drive me crazy. Like, how do you manage? How do you sit down with yourself and think of all the possible ways to scam? Clearly, you have a proper mindset. Put it in the right direction.
Put it to good.
Put it to good.
Put it to
If
good.
you can think of ways to scam people, you're obviously... No, I'm not gonna give them a compliment. But I think you can put it into good use.
Yeah. Don't if someone
scam
comes to your
people.
door, question it, basically.
Don't scam those vulnerable people. Haram. Wallah. Shwab.
Why don't we do some good for the day?
Yeah, let's... Enough with the scam stories.
Enough of that. This brings us on to our next story. So, basically, this guy was on the metro a couple of days ago, and he DM'd us because he wants to reconnect with this mystery woman after what he said they shared a moment. I feel like we're in the James Blunt "You're Beautiful" soundtrack. She smiled at me at the subway, but she was with another man. This is literally what's happened. So
Okay.
she smiled at him on the subway.
Sorry.
He sent us this DM.
Never mind, go ahead.
He sent us this DM on June 24th at around 9:30 p.m. So let's just check. Which day was June 24th? So Tuesday. At 9:30 p.m. If you were on the metro a Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. and you're a lady and you got smiled at, this could be your love story. So he was on the metro heading towards Centerpoint. The train was pretty packed, like this. And sitting across from me was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. I've got goosebumps. You had brown hair, you were wearing a striped shirt, you had a pink phone case. Oh my God, he remembers every detail, how adorable. We exchanged smiles a few times, and I really wanted to say something, but I got nervous and missed my moment.
Aww.
I literally have goosebumps for this person. They got off at Dubai World Trade Center. He was wearing khaki shorts and a blue beach shirt. Been thinking about that. Kirby just interjected saying she's married. Kirby, stop! He's not so happy with that. He would have noticed if she was wearing a ring. Hold on. He was thinking about that ride ever since and wishing he had said something. So if you see this, or if someone you know sees this, he would love the chance to say hi properly. P.S. I know this might come off as desperate, but I genuinely felt something there, not just a friendly smile.
Creepy or cute?
Cute.
Cute. I have mixed
You're on the
feelings about
fence.
this.
I
No,
can
wait. I have mixed feelings about this.
Okay.
It depends on the girl's reaction. It depends on her
He's saying
facial expressions, but sometimes people mistake polite interactions with being interested. Like it's a confusing, blurred line, you know.
100%.
Maybe she just smiled back because she was trying to be friendly. Maybe she was interested. We never know. Or maybe she was not.
Maybe she's, you know, when you keep catching someone's eye.
Yeah,
It's the most awkward thing. and because, like, my natural reaction, I just kind of go, so, like, imagine and then you just can't stop, and it's so awkward. So that could have happened. It could have been an awkward eye catch situation. But I'm going to sit on his side of the fence because the comments were not nice.
Yeah,
the comments were so mean. They're calling it cringe. They're saying, someone said, stay away from my girl. Kirby says she's married. You trolls. This is the love story. This is like, we don't need Hollywood movies. We have a love story happening right here. We need to make it happen.
He seems like a romantic man, صراحة.
Yeah.
So I wish him the best. Like I hope there was something there because sometimes maybe the girl wanted to be approached.
So
and he never did.
Let's assume that it was a connection, okay? And I put this to the ladies. If you are having a moment, because like we always talk about like we don't want to meet someone on the apps, we want to meet someone in real life, but like the gym is hard, you can't meet someone at work. What do we want, right? So let's just say you're actually having a moment. How would you like this situation to transpire? Because I feel like we all want to be in this rom-com movie. However, I don't want someone approaching me on the metro. You know what I mean? Like we don't know what we want.
We don't know what we want. But I think if you were actually interested and genuinely interested, you would want him to come approach you.
So if you were in that situation.
And if I was interested, yes, I would expect him to approach me.
What would he say?
You can be not creepy, yani. عاد.
It's so hard.
But it's hard.
And on the metro, you have a definitive time. You're at a packed metro station. You've got a timeline that's so short. I think the conversation would be so awkward. I think a note.
A note?
I think a note. With a
Spoken
number.
like a 90s kid.
A note with a number. All you say is like, hi, smiley face. Ooh, what would you put on the note?
What would you say?
You
wouldn't put your number, no. You know, if a man gave me his number, I would never text.
But how would you then reconnect?
I would say if it's destiny, we'll meet again.
See, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Obviously, it's not going to happen.
The only thing I would say, this entire interaction is fully based on looks. So, you know, but...
and we don't know how the girl was reacting. Maybe it was just interest from his side. But maybe if it was a genuine interest from her side as well, like there was a moment.
Yeah, that's...
Like a back and forth glances.
I want to veer towards the point that if there was a moment... How does it transpire? Because I feel like we don't actually like to be approached.
Yeah.
So is there a way to do that without... Because I
think you can be polite. You can be polite.
It's very tricky to approach a stranger. It's very tricky.
It is. Listen, it's
and I'm so like scammer averse, you know? If someone... So I'd be like, this is a scam. There's no way someone's actually interested in me because they've never spoken to me. So now they're only interested in my looks. You know what I mean? I'm like, he just likes my looks. He doesn't know me.
Why not?
What do you mean?
Why not? Yeah.
No, because I'd be like, you're only interested in my looks. And then if the conversation, then like, what if he doesn't like my personality? I would overthink every single second. So what I'm saying is there's no...
Anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I would overthink every second. So I just don't know how I would, if this man who sent us the DM, I hope it works out for you.
It's very hard, by the way.
But it's very hard for you.
I feel for you. It's very hard. It's not easy. What can you do in this situation? I think it depends. If he came off as creepy, my heart would go for that girl. But he can be polite about it, I think.
I think a note, because I don't know if I'd like to be approached by a stranger. I just think a note with like something sweet.
What would you say? Hey,
Give some information about yourself. Hey, my name is X. I work at X. Like, give something that gives you a less creepy thing. This may sound weird.
if a note like that was handed to me, I would never do anything about it.
It's so hard for men to approach us. Kirby, any advice, anything?
Kirby, how'd you meet your wife? How'd you approach your wife?
Your uncle connected you?
Oh, it was like a setup. Okay.
Set up marriage for him.
Setup marriage.
Happy?
Alhamdulillah.
So lovely.
So cute.
So cute. We want to see a real life story happen. But if it doesn't, we have...
Seize the opportunity.
Seize the opportunity, go for it.
If
that real life story doesn't happen, this real life story is happening. Zenifar Fatima is a director based here in Dubai, and she has a chilling true story that she's turning into a series. It's called Kaze the Wind, and we got to speak to the cast and Zenifar herself just last week, and we're going to share the interview with you now. Do enjoy it, and we'll see you back here on Monday morning, same time, same place. Thanks, Masa.
Thank you, Casey.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we've got the cast of The Real Files with us, plus the brilliant director behind it all, Zenifar Fatima, is back in studio teasing season 3, Kaze the Wind, a personal story based on something she actually lived through. Guys, we're super excited for this conversation. First of all, welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks for having us. Thank you.
We had you on the show recently, Zenifar. We know that this was a story you actually lived through. So what inspired you to bring it to the big screen?
I think the inspiration is about, because most of the stories were very easy for me to carry it out. But this story was having so many obstacles. So that's what was not inspiring, but like really curious that why isn't it happening? So what is the reason? Like I've been working on so many stories for like nearly 3-4 years, and according to the timing, I could release it properly. But this one is like backing out. I mean, like whenever I have a certain dates to be discussed with my actors, it doesn't happen. Or, sometimes I'm getting sick. It's something around going on. So I'm like a little curious, but I think I will carry it out.
We actually spoke after the last interview, and when you gave me a bit of a background, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. And we're going to do our best to talk about the show without dropping too many spoilers. But to the cast, Zenifar brought you all together. Can you describe, let's say, the first day on set? What was it like for you? Any creepy moments?
The first day on the set has always been creepy, especially when Zenifar is there. No, because it's not creepy in a sense. It is eerie or it's scary, but it's just that you yourself are a bit nervous, when you're there. Because one common thing with Zenifar's stories is that projects are quite unrevealed, even to the cast. Now, that's a very interesting aspect. That's a good experience for even actors and people who are watching, because people who are watching through the screens are getting to see our real reactions. They're getting to see our real, the moments of, So all of that is real. It's not practiced or rehearsed.
Interesting.
I think for me, that's the most important thing. And it's amazing. So, do you want to say something, Danish?
Yeah.
So what really excites me about this project is the theme of this project, the wind, Kaze the wind. Wind is one of the basic elements that surround us, right? It carries that energy and it connects us to the world of the unseen. So that's why I really like about this theme, the wind, and it really excites me to be part of this project, yeah.
Interesting. And can you maybe give us a little insight as what it was like to work with Zenifar?
Yeah, sure. Actually, in the beginning, to be an actor in Dubai, for me, is something I never thought about it. But Zenifar told me, you know what, you have to come in my film and you will be an actor. I thought before, to go to any movie, you have to prepare yourself. But with Zenifar, everything was real emotions, real reactions. She's a great. She helped me a lot to be a new actor in Dubai.
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah. So I was so excited to have this experience in Dubai.
Interesting, because to me acting sounds so glamorous. It sounds like I just think of like the big screen and I think hair and makeup. But can you But can you tell us, like, what does it mean to you personally, a career as an actor?
Well, as an actor, I mean, those actors up to.
Okay, so if I have to share with you what acting means, to me, acting is not glamorous. Acting is just being me, just being real. And the more and more I have worked with her, I've understood this more. Because see, I come from a background which is not acting background. I come from a corporate world, training and so on. And then, of course, I got into the media and all of that. But then I never went to an acting school. I have studied online a little bit, heard a little. So my learning is all from the movies that I watch. But now that I get to work with directors and filmmakers like Zenofer, who believe in real things and, bringing out the real emotion of you, it's more grounding. It's more, difficult. It's more challenging because it connects you to your fear, to your grief, to you, all of that. And sometimes you break down on the set. You just cry because either she has shouted at you, or you've done your scene so pathetic that you understood that and you just go into a zone and just zone out. Yeah. So I feel acting is very real. It's honesty all throughout.
That's so interesting, and this might be a question for you or for Zenofer, but how do you bring out those real emotions in people? Because to me, I don't know how I could, in a room full of people, kind of break down emotionally and show the true me, I guess. So how do you do it?
Yeah, so basically what we do is we tell down the story, what is the situation. And for people who really cannot carry out, we make them remember a situation. If it's like an emotional situation, think about something where you are very emotional, looking at what did you feel about it. So bring that emotion, think that there is no one in front of you, there are no cameras, it's only you and that's it. Mm-hmm. So you need to do that. And of course, Afra also has a different way of explaining, so you could explain it. That's my way of doing it.
Right.
And you being a director as well, so I think, you can also tell your...
I think more than a director, I'm more of a writer, to be honest. Okay. I think it's all about tapping into your most raw self. And I think as a writer, it's a great joy to see what you write come on screen.
Because even I think in her writing, she has some emotional words which could also affect the actors when they are, talking on the screen. So these are the things which we explain them, and we give them a break too, because sometimes what happens is the first shot is their best shot, because when they keep doing it again and again, they lose it out. So we give them some time, and it's a very, very difficult process. Mm-hmm. Because, when you have your lights, you have everything, and there's sometimes no AC because we need the sound to be recorded properly, they sweat. So to the outside world, it's glamorous, but to us, it's a kind of a complete labor work. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Interesting, because you've got the real challenges.
Yeah.
So the AC, the finding the motion, but then also the topic, Kaze, which we know is blurring the lines of fiction and reality. So I'm just wondering, were there moments on set where you felt we're going beyond the realm of normality here?
Okay, so Kaze, I've just explained them the story, okay? And the most important about what I felt, not in the screen, but as in reality. So this was a story which was which was told to me by one of my friend. And of course, he's also acting in this story. His name is Issam. So he told me this story, and I related this story to my daughter, Afra. So I think you can tell what happened next. That's like really scary.
I think it was basically a chain of events. So kind of like how in the story, everyone who gets to know of that specific narrative, bad things start happening to them. So
for her, basically what happened was I narrated the story. But when he narrated that story to me, he had an issue. He ghosted me for 4 days, but he had a very bad, very bad issue. Okay, and when I narrated the story to her, her whole the coffee.
I had basically scalded my leg with really boiling coffee.
Oh my gosh.
And the day that we met, basically to see how to basically write this story and go through the beats, what the story is going to be about. Even that day when we were discussing in a coffee shop, we got these really weird looks from people. Really creepy. Like you could tell there's something not right with them.
Yeah, I mean, something was not. I don't know. Something was not really right with them because the minute I finished with my daughter Afra, and there was one more writer whose name is Farhan. The minute we got out of it, people started looking at us in a very different way. They were looking like zombies to me. And I was like wondering, why are they looking at us like this?
I think the best...
Now, I have a question. So, was it that actually people were looking at you like that, or the three of you were in sync in imagining that the people were looking at you? It could be both. No, it could be both. You never know the reality.
The best way that I can describe it, to be honest, is I don't know if you guys know the Kubrick stare. It was basically that. That's what people were doing to us.
I think
That's it.
It's basically a thing which you tell actors, like if you want them to get the psychotic stare. That's basically
Yeah.
Okay.
The psychotic stare, but only for like about 5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So the story of Kaze is it's something through the wind, and I wonder if you felt it and then you felt it, and obviously the cast are hearing the story.
But
Dare I ask, did it pass on to either of you?
The thing is, I don't want to tell them right now because I want to finish it. What I have decided.
You don't know the story?
No, they don't know.
So the production of this is still in pre-production stage, right? So she has given us a not synopsis also. She's not revealed much. Sorry. So this is in the pre-production stage at the moment, right? So we don't know our lines, we don't know our script, we don't know what characters are playing. We are in the blind. But we know, being Xenophor, we know she's gonna push us to our limits and challenge us to do something which we've not done before.
Are you guys nervous about hearing the story?
No, actually, I think Xenophor very well organized, and she will help us to, show the best emotions what we can get in the same moment. And I think when you are very natural and your emotions real, the people also will understand and will feel these emotions. What they say, like, what comes from heart, go to the heart.
Yeah.
So I think so.
And what about level of preparation in terms of acting? Would you watch any specific horror movies, or do you deep dive into anything specific to prepare yourself for this type of filming?
I think you can be better.
So basically, what I do is, if I need a certain kind of looks or certain kind of, the way to act, I either tell them that this is how it is, and I show it to them. Okay, so what a director does is sometimes when the actor doesn't know how to do it, the director needs to know how to act to show them how it is.
Right.
So that's something which I do with them. And if they don't get that, I tell them that, okay, there is a scene, something in some movies, go watch it. Mm-hmm. Then you will know what exactly it is.
So
these are the two kind of scenarios. But I think most of my actors, they're very good when I act and I bring it on. They can understand that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Just to add on to that, when she gives us a reference by acting out that line, or not even acting out the line, just by telling us that this is how the mood is, this is how the emotion is going to be, this is the backstory of it, we already understand that, okay, this is what she's expecting. And I think every actor has their own process of how to learn, how to rehearse and practice. My process could be different than hers and hers. But yeah, I think this is good enough because then it's raw and it's natural. The moment we start watching too much of something else as a reference, then we tend to go towards that. I don't want to incline towards someone else's portrayal of the scene.
Everybody has their own style. Yeah. So, and that style will come only if you don't look at others. We don't want to copy. You have your own identity. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, fine. If I say Joe has this kind of acting. Or if I say the screenplay writer, she has her own kind of writing. So they know that, okay, if this is how it is, that's done by Afra Farhana.
Well, interesting on that. So to Afra, as a screenwriter, knowing how important the story is, knowing how important it is to Zenifar, how does that approach your writing of the script? Because it's not just a script. This is a story that's clearly so personal to someone.
I think, in a way, the director or whoever's experienced that story has a very great hand, in making it come alive. But I think and I say this a lot because I think screenplay writers are very,
Very less than
they're very minimal, and I think people do not appreciate or realize the value that they bring to a script, to a story. People, I think 10 or 15 years back in Dubai, you wouldn't see anyone or any filmmakers say that, okay, we need a screenplay writer to write the script. They will just say, I'm going to write it and it's going to come out great. I'm going to write the dialogues and it's going to come out great. But I think that screenplay writers have their own they bring their own aura and talent into it, into structuring the story to realize the director's vision. So I think that is something which is very understated. And I think now people are realizing it, which is great.
Flying the flag for screenwriters.
Yeah.
I would have the same question for the cast as well. How did being part of a story so personal to Zenifar, how will it impact your approach to playing the role?
I will tell you a story. I'm in real estate business. I'm a real estate agent in Dubai since 10 years. And then when Zenofar told me, Amr, you will come in my movie, I said, Zenofar, I don't have any experience. What will do? And then she told me, you will be a real estate agent. This was really funny,
This is why I said it's all real. He's playing him.
So
He's playing himself.
I act my real role in the life. So every day I show clients villas. Every day, and then it was really funny. And at the same time,
Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't felt anything different. I was acting my role every day, and I showed them the villa, and let's go here. This is the first bedroom, and then was so easy for me, So Zenofar very smart to choose the rule for each one in the team.
Because there was a rule. There was a rule of a real estate. So I said, he is the best. I mean, and I don't have to work too much on him. I'll say, okay, fine. This is how it is. I'm your client. Show it to me. So that's how it is.
Okay, amazing.
Because Zenofar is a real taskmaster. Now that's what makes the project great. So I'm also a filmmaker. So I like to explore acting through storytelling. So when she pitched the project, I was excited about the concept. Like I said, the wind, the energy, and it's a mystical horror mystery. That's all I can say.
And how did you and Zenifar connect on this project?
We met in a... where did we meet? I think you can say. We met in a festival.
The film festival.
Film festival.
Yeah.
We met in a film festival where the short film called Aya was actually getting an award. So that's when I thought, okay, I just met him and I felt that he was very, very sweet guy to work with. So I thought, okay, let's work with, more stuff. So that's when we decided, and I casted him in Spectre Blackout Season 1, and now for Kaze, yeah.
Okay, our time is running out. Before you leave us, I think last question to Zenifar, give people a little bit of a taste of the emotion that you hope they will feel when they watch Kaze.
Okay. The taste of the emotion is not going to be sad, but it's going to spook them out, because something like this, when you're doing a story, and if it's real, and this has happened in our lives, and we've been carrying it out in a kind of a movie, I think the emotion is just going to be that they're going to spook out. Because the first thing what we're going to put it is, this is a real story, guys. Because it's all about, it's a story. It doesn't have any emotional thing, but it's just that one message, which of course will be an awareness message for the people, is don't indulge yourself in certain negative energy. If you know that if it is negative energy, you better get away from it. Don't go for it. So that's the awareness story which I would give it to them. Because that's what happens in this story. The family could have actually got, away from all these negative energy if they didn't, even for fun's sake, if they didn't go for it.
Life lesson to live by. Avoid the negative energies. That is the cast of Kaze and also amazing director Centerpoint Fatima. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, guys. That is the end of the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.